Hey everyone, it's Alexander Robinson. Welcome to the channel, and this is my review for 65. What is this movie, you may ask? Well, it came out the same weekend as Scream 6, so most likely you didn't hear about this movie. It went completely under the radar, wasn't marketed all that much, but basically, this is a movie from the writers of A Quiet Place, Scott Beck and Bryan Woods. They've directed a couple of other movies under their belt, like Nightlight and Haunt, but this is their first major movie that they've directed since the success of A Quiet Place. The movie takes place in a universe where humans actually come from other planets. That's not a spoiler or anything, that happens in the beginning of the movie. It's literally the first scene. Our main character is Adam Driver, who plays a pilot. He is sent on a mission to deliver a bunch of people, I guess, to another planet. It's not really made clear what his mission is. But anyway, on this mission, his ship comes across an uncharted asteroid field, and the ship collides with these asteroids, it crashes, and Adam Driver ends up being on Earth 65 million years in the past. So basically the very late Cretaceous period. And along him is a young girl who is the only other survivor of this crash. And the two characters have to find a way to get off Earth, while A, trying to avoid getting eaten by the local wildlife, dinosaurs, and B, get out there in time before the meteor hits that causes the mass extinction. I almost considered not reviewing this movie because I saw this pretty late. I mean, I'm reviewing it pretty late. It's a movie that Sony has been really slacking on when it comes to marketing, and I just figured, you know what, with how it's doing at the box office, what's the point? Like, nobody's gonna see this movie, but you know, why not? Because I'm a big dinosaur fan. I really enjoy the Quiet Place movies, so why not review this movie? Because the concept sounds pretty intriguing, and it's been a while since we've actually had a dinosaur horror movie. I mean, Jurassic Park had its thrills, sure, but that was mostly not family friendly, but it was accessible to where kids wouldn't be like terrified. Actually, no, never mind. I was about to say kids shouldn't be terrified by it, but I was terrified by Jurassic Park, and so were many other kids in my generation. But then when we got to the Jurassic Park sequels and the Jurassic World trilogy, they kind of steered clear away from the horror genre and just became basic dinosaur movies without many thrills. So I was pushing for this movie in the sense that, yeah, we haven't had an actual dinosaur horror movie in a long time, and look, dinosaurs are my kryptonite. I like seeing giant lizards causing mayhem and killing people, so there should be some sort of fun, right? Oh boy, there's a good reason why Sony buried this movie and decided not to market it, because walking out of this, I just found myself unbelievably bored. There's so many things wrong with this movie that keeps it from being entertaining. First of all, the plot is pretty generic. Now, the setup and concept is actually quite intriguing, and if this movie had a bigger budget, they could have gone somewhere with it. But the core of the movie is a simple survival horror movie with dinosaurs, which should have been interesting, but the movie mostly is shot in a murky way. A lot of the dinosaur sequences kind of suck. I mean, the first time we actually see a dinosaur attack, when it's over, the camera decides to focus on rocks, giant moss-covered rocks, while on the bottom of the screen that you can barely see, there's dinosaurs dragging away a corpse. We came here to see dinosaurs, and you're focusing on a rock when there are dinosaurs at the bottom of the screen doing something far more interesting than this goddamn rock. Most of the sequences of the movie that actually focus on the dinosaurs are very underwhelming. They're shot in a really terrible way. There's a lot of close-ups. You don't get a real good view of most of these dinosaurs, and when you do, they're not so much dinosaurs as they are monsters, which made me wonder, why is this set on Earth? Why is this set on Earth 65 million years in the past if you're not going to attempt to be scientifically accurate towards dinosaurs? Because some of these, like, are predatory creatures that walk on all fours. They are pretty much monsters. Had this been an alien planet that just happened to have creatures that look like dinosaurs, that would have been cool. I would have been totally fine with that, but that's not really what we get here, and Some of the special effects are actually kind of crappy. There are a few intense sequences throughout involving actual dinosaurs that kind of had me on the edge of my seat. But if I'm going to be totally honest, the opening to Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom was a better horror movie than the entirety of this movie. Now, when I say the plot's generic, I mean that in the sense that you have Adam Driver, who's this tough pilot character with guns, going around with a child that's not his own, and it's very much like The Last of Us, or I guess even The Mandalorian to a certain extent, except it's not Pedro Pascal. And the thing is, the movie doesn't do anything new with this plot line. In fact, if you've watched The Last of Us on HBO, or if you played the games, you could tell right away that this movie's plot is essentially a ripoff of The Last of Us, and you're thinking, really? Y'all couldn't think of anything even more creative than that? I honestly don't have that much to say in terms of positive comments. I guess Adam Driver did the best he can with the material he was given. There are a few moments between him and the girl where they try to bond with each other, but it doesn't really work out. The best thing I can honestly say is that the movie's short. Like, it is a strict hour and a half. At least it's not like with Jurassic World Dominion, where you're just sitting in a theater for 2.5 hours wondering, what am I doing? I don't hate this movie, but I can't recommend it. Don't waste your money. If I had to pick between 65 and Jurassic World Dominion, that's a tough one, because this movie made me nod off several times. And when I'm nodding off, that's not really a good thing, especially in a dinosaur movie. I guess because I've ranted about Jurassic World Dominion, I supposedly hate that movie more, but this one's not really that good either. And there you go, that's my review for 65. I hope you enjoyed it. And now I want to know what you guys think about the movie, if you've seen it. If you did, what did you think? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button to get notifications. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Letterboxd. I'll see you guys in the next video, but until then, have a good day and take care of yourselves.